What is going on, interwebs? Matt Sardo here. Monkeys fighting robots. And I was super excited when I saw Dark Horse release Usagi Yojimbo Ice and Snow Part 1 because I've never read a Usagi book. And I'm a big fan of Stan Sakai's artwork. Dark Horse one year sent me this amazing Christmas card or holiday card. And it's one of the most treasured things that I have from the comic book industry that I've gotten as a kind of like a promo kind of thing. And it's just amazing. And so Ice and Snow drops tomorrow from Dark Horse Comics. It's story, art, and letters are by Stan Sakai. HiFi Colour and Design do the color work on it. And I'm getting all torn up in my cables. It's getting crazy over here because I was because I'm falling apart. I don't know what's going on here. I apologize. Whew. Whoa, man. We almost lost it there for a second. As my first taste in the world of Usagi Yojimbo, the comic book, the artwork is amazing, but I'm also like in this like false sense of security of like, oh, it's just like, a rabbit doing his thing and like animals and all these other things. And like, it's going to be more like G-rated than PG rated or PG-13 rated. And so the dark twist, like really, not the dark twist, but the darkness in the comic book really caught me off guard, or just by the intensity of the action sucked me in. And I think that's why people love this series, is because it is true to form. Samurais doing samurai things, and I just was blown away. I was blown away. It was fun. It was fun. It was a fun book to read. And then I was like, what is going to go on in this book? And where's the twists and turns? And I got to the final page and I was like, boom. And I was like, oh man, what's going to happen? And I was like, man, this is feudal Japan, like samurai action. Like it's good. It's really good. I was so taken in because Stan Sakai's artwork has a comic strip kind of feel, like a newspaper daily kind of feel to it. And I got lulled into this like, oh, it's just going to be Sunday reading. Here we go. And then Usagi just takes it to a couple of animals. And I was just really surprised. And I'm sure if you're a lifelong reader of it, you're like, that's what you get. You get some amazing goodness. And Usagi being like, there's too many of them. We got to make an example out of a few of them. I was like, oh, hey now. Hey. But yeah, just really blown away by it. I was really impressed. I'm familiar with the artwork, and the action scenes read well. I'm trying to think of a few. Let's go look at a few panels that I have. Ice and Snow Part 1. I really like this first panel, and I'm a huge fan of when like the word balloons kind of break the borders, and also this like hand-drawn aspect of it. Everything feel like that Ice and Snow Part 1. Like, did Stan just draw it out real nice in one hand? It's just, I'm blown away by that talent right there. Jamie Jones does that for me. I was like, hey, can you write these words for me? And then we pop them up here. But if this is hand lettered, that is amazing. I got to find out if it is. But I do like how the word balloons break the borders and then it kind of expands out. But this first panel, the side by side, like you can just see Usagi just gearing up and the snow and everything. It's just like the little elements and details. And the snowfall in the background, and then the way it's colored. It's just a solid, beautiful panel. And then I love the camera shot above on the next panel, or the panel design where you're looking down. It's not camera angle. Jamie's gonna yell at me about that too. That's 2 Jamie references in one review. But I do like this perspective because then like it's very voyeuristic. And then also you feel like there's somebody in the woods with them that's looking down at them. And so that set up. And then it also like the way they're angled across the page brings you right to that page 1 circle. It makes you want to turn the page. So just the design and the setup, that is really good. Page 2 has more of a traditional format, but then like I like that have again voyeuristic view from the top, close up, and then a pull back, another voyeuristic view, and then it pulls back even more and reveals the enemy. all in those 5 panels. So you don't even need the words to kind of know what's going on. And actually, Usagi and his cousin are having a conversation about something else, and then you're seeing the plot of the bandits unfold. So you have 2 stories going on right now. You have the bandit story, and then you have Usagi and his cousin talking, and those are 2 different stories going on right now with the way these panels are laid out. You see how you have the 3 bandits on the side, and it's weighted towards that corner. Like you have 1 bandit on one side, and it's weighted, which makes you go to that page turn. So now we're on page 3. This is from the bandits' perspective, and they're talking and they're building up. And I like that you get to this like nice tight shot on panel 4, and then you get to a big wide shot for the bottom of the attack. And then you have like this little dinosaur dude running to the corner, making you want to turn the page. And it's slight action, but Usagi's cousin is pulling his sword out. So you can see that they're starting to get prepared to fight as those people as the bandits are running in. But there's not a lot of motion lines or anything, but you kind of fill in the gaps of what's going on. And the way Usagi is handled, you don't need to see it, but you know that his hand is on the sword. And then you have the cousin's foot with snow stepping up. Like there's so much. And then, of course, the little dinosaur lizard in midair, your brain fills in the gaps on him moving to the corner, and then you flip the page. And then we're full on battle mode at this time. And you've seen this before where Usagi's got his arm in the air with his samurai sword. And interesting to see what's going on in the action. Because Usagi I think he punches him in the gut and makes the guy make that face. If you look at his hand, the way his arm going in there, or maybe he stabs him with the first sword. Oh yeah, I can't tell. Well, he's only holding 1 sword. And then you have the cousin taking that guy down. And you have that nice movement. The second panel is good, where the cousin's above and then the guy's swiping across. And then it's the reverse with Usagi down low and the bandits above. So there's nice balance, and they're not Stan's using nice balance on those 2 panels, giving you 2 different perspectives and just reversing hero villain. And then you have 3 panels at the bottom where it's like tight action of like jumping down, punching up, and then punching across. So you kind of get that bobbing and weaving and moving of the story. And then, like I said, in the final page, Usagi has to make an example out of a few guys, and he does it quickly with his sword. And that nice panel with Usagi all pissed off. I love it. The red eyes. And then you have this like cartoonish element of the bandits, and they're running away. But like, your buddies are dead, man. Your buddies aren't alive. That's the thing that cracks me up about this. It's like there's a Saturday or a Sunday cartoon strip appeal to this book, but the material is like PG-13 rated, and I love it. Oh man, Angry Usagi is just beautiful. So my feelings on Usagi Yojimbo, Ice and Snow, Part 1 of 5 is I'm all in. I'm in. I'd say they put it as a 1 of 5 issue, which I'm like, okay, I can consume this, and I don't have to get into a long history of it. I really don't have a lot of backstory on Usagi, but I don't think you need that. And I think the artwork is amazing. The storytelling elements are really there. There's a solid cliffhanger at the end. Everything just kind of works. You get a good introduction of what's going on, but you don't need a lot. There's good guys and there's bad guys, and we're stuck in the snow right now. And it's amazing. So Usagi Yojimbo, Ice and Snow, Part 1 drops tomorrow from Dark Horse Comics. Pick it up. If you read it, let me know what you think of Stan's work and the storytelling elements that he uses. I love it. I love it. Take care, guys.